The Boohoo Effect here. First of all, Agent 19 does not have the moral ground to stand on in calling out anyone for either being a pedophile, supporting it, or child abuse. Why? Because Agent 19 had a personal relationship with an alleged pedophile that named himself on YouTube Night Savers. Yes, that's right. This person claimed and would not back down that he or she was merely a 14-year-old girl. Now, either way you slice this is sick. Either way Agent 19 would like to view this, whatever he thought he or she was sick, and it touched on in the nature of pedophilia. So Agent 19 does not have the legal grounds to stand on. Let's just get that clear. But I'm going to reply to Agent 19 anyways, because it's just that simple. And he thinks he's just that smart. But we all know that Agent 19 is full of himself. Now, I'd like to start out this video by stating that it is quite clear and transparent that, to many, that both Agent 19 and Monograph has some mental issues. It's obvious. They've been doing what they do for years on the internet. Of course, we all are defective in one way or another, but with these two, it is very different. These two online behavior resemble nothing more than the actions of a psychopath. Now, traits of sociopaths does possess a conscience and can feel guilt after committing wrongdoings. But psychopaths are different. They lack a clear conscience and act without feeling any regret, and sometimes display a pseudo form of remorse. But this video is not about this mental condition. I only brought it up briefly to explain what enables the actions of Agent 19 and Montagraphs to continue on in all what they do, and by them justifying their every move. Because really, these two will try to convince you that their actions are needed and justified, that they possess this unusual power within and hold the rights to act as the internet, law, and police. This is what keeps them going, along with the complete enjoyment what they both like to do, and that is to feel all-powerful on the expense of others, while receiving gratitude and adulation from a few of their followers that are entertained by this behavior. Agent 19 has established a pattern or a history of posting up other people's young children without the parents' consent. Some of these children are just small toddlers. Now, many who really are out for the well-being and protection of children wouldn't even think to contemplate this sort of gross misconduct and exploitation of children by connecting children's names or faces to sickening matters as pedophilia, necrophilia, or murders of children. Think about it. If one is really out for the protection of children and really is feeling genuine thoughts of indignation for them, then we wouldn't justify and shirk the responsibility to act in a decent and responsible manner regarding protection and dignity of children who are not able to defend their own self. They do not have a voice. When I was perusing some videos, I was completely shocked at what I found. Equally shocked is why there hasn't been much objections raised about the actions. Maybe because the video is predominantly viewed by people who also lack a moral conscience. Or perhaps they too are focused on the same agenda as Agent 19 is, where wrongful actions may carelessly feed their hatred for a particular someone or something. Once again, Agent 19 has exploited and posted up more children by claiming that he has the justified rights and power to make serious decisions for children, let alone children that are not his own, but other parents' children that are completely unaware of what Agent 19 is doing. uses children as a tool to inflict emotional pain onto his intended targets. Even if the parent does consent to having their children exploited, which I highly doubt, on the internet in such a manner that is connected to such twisted subject matters, it still does not make it right. It still does not make it appropriate for the children's best interest. A voice of reason has to be made, has to be intervened in their behalf, parent or no parent. Because Agent 19 is not out for the children's best interest, but for his own sick and selfish interest. Mr. Pozner is no exception. Yes, the father of a young child that was slaughtered in cold blood. A horrific tragedy that reached national news. And Agent 19's agenda is to further place emotional distress onto this man and onto the deceased child's extended family members. Isn't that what his goal is? To put Mr. Pozner in further emotional pain. He cannot deny this. Agent 19, in recent months, has posted up multiple images of Mr. Pozner's slain child. He took it upon himself to go to Mr. Pozner's site, screen cap his children's images, and put it into his video that was designed to make him look like he's this intelligent crusader for justice. But the only thing that he's done is connect Mr. Pozner's child's face to pedophilia. Let's take a look at some of the video now.
Hello everyone. You know who this is? Yet, of course, you have absolutely no idea. Do you guys remember a while back when we had that guy that was going around flagging that we need to talk about Sandy Hook videos because he didn't think that the public should be able to consume that information? He felt that he knew what was best for all of us and that he felt that he should control the information that was proliferated to the masses. I remember him quite well. I remember him claiming that he had a pure heart, and I remember him claiming that he was only on the side of what was right and just and everything that was good in the world. I also remember him filing false DMCAs, which is an act of fraud. And we also were able to determine that this individual owned questionable websites in the past. And this individual, of course, denied it. Here you will see a comment where he specifically denies it. It's the Honor Network, claiming that there is zero, I repeat, zero evidence that he owns such a site. And then, of course, you see him making another comment right below that, further down the thread, admitting to having owned the website for a period of 6 weeks. Now, why would someone who was on the side of everything that was right and just and was only doing it to protect the children own a teen porn website? That's a good question. It kind of leads us down the path of determining where his true motives lie. Money. He's doing this for money. He owned the teen porn website because he was hoping to make money off of it, and he set up this fraudulent charity for the Sandy Hook families in an attempt to make money. That's my opinion. I feel that he is of that mindset. And Mr. Pozner, I know you're flagging videos and you're upset. I understand that you're upset. You're lashing out. You're full of rage. But it doesn't matter. This information is going to go out, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. I won't let you stop it. And just to go on the record, I'm one of the people who believes that Sandy Hook actually happened. I believe that Sandy Hook happened, and I believe that people died. And I also believe that it's absolutely disgusting for you to use that event to make money, to use that tragedy to make money. It's disgusting to me. That's all I have for you. Have a good night.
We just witnessed again an unhealthy exploitation of children by Agent 19. We just witnessed again Agent 19 justifying his actions. The last time I touched on him exploiting children in another one of his internet arguments, because they're so important, right, was when he posted up someone's children on the internet and connecting the children to someone who produced a short movie about a crazed pedophile and child killer, and also had connections to a site that catered to some of the most demented pedophiles on the internet. When I called him out, Agent 19 tried to divert the attention onto a thought-up hypothesis of his in order to not take responsibility. What he did by exposing children without any identity protection. But yet, it's perfectly okay for Agent 19 himself to ensure that his identity is concealed. It's okay for Agent 19 to not put his identity in jeopardy to the full World Wide Web, isn't it? You see how that works? He exposes children that has nothing to do with him or the main point he is trying to convey. He uses planned out pretenses to carry out, so he can carry out his harassment to be unquestioned. Agent 19 is claiming that Mr. Pozner had ran a teen's porn site back in 2003, even given the specific month and the specific day. Now, why Monty and Agent 19 are viewing teenage porn sites, I'm not sure. For Monty's photography, perhaps? Agent 19 also gave specific instructions to go to the Wayback Machine site, where you can supposedly view Mr. Pozner's history in 2003 that would link him to this type of site that they both allege that was owned and ran by Mr. Pozner. Well, let's just go ahead and show a clip where Agent 19 gives the instructions. Now, I did some fact-checking about Agent 19's claim here and found no evidence whatsoever that links Mr. Pozner to owning any teen porn site. That link was checked out already and only led them to porn images of college girls, not teenagers. Both monographs and Agent 19's basis for this claim is not proven nor substantiated. Cannot be verified by their own instructions to view the so-called evidence that supports their claim. The fact is, Lenny buys and sells websites, and a while back he purchased a site that used to be called Tino. Years before he purchased it, and Monty ran with it. Then soon after, of course, his follower and lapdog, Agent 19. Why? Because Monty is a hoax creator. And Agent 19 follows Monty around everywhere he goes, keeping a tight little grip on his coattail. As it stands now, this is nothing more than libel slander on their part. The only thing Agent 19 accomplished here is connecting Mr. Pozner's children to a pornographic site. As if he hasn't been through enough, right? Agent 19 doesn't care. You even admit that you believe children really did die in the Sandy Hook tragedy, Agent 19, but yet you set out to please and appease your own precious truther and conspiracy affiliates, responsible for harassing every single family member that has suffered unimaginable and horrific losses. Instead of supporting them and consoling them, all the grieving family members. This is what is not important to you, Agent 19, but only attention for yourself and your precious internet friends. Am I right? Of course you'll deny it. The pain and suffering they deal with is something that you know nothing about, Agent 19, nor have the ability to feel pain for them. and you cannot even leave a grieving victim alone. Agent 19 states that this is a major concern of his in his video description section. The tension between his truther friends and himself. That's what's really important to Agent 19, because he put it in his video description. It's something that's been bugging him, that's been on his mind, and he doesn't like it, so he feels the need to put up a video and attack Mr. Pozner on false pretenses. No, Agent 19, it is you that is disgusting. It is you that is despicable. It is you that is a sorry excuse for a human being. Unlike those derogatory expressions that you said to Mr. Pozner that has done nothing to you, that has done nothing to your family, that has done nothing to your identity, in which you make sure that your identity is concealed for yourself. You are not human at all, Agent 19. You are a twisted psychopath proven by your own actions. And I can only hope Mr. Pozner pursues legal action against you and Montegraph. We'll see you in the next one.
Narcissist lies at the drop of a hat.
I know when to lie and when to tell the truth. You'll never know what I am thinking. And to those who would claim to know my deepest thought, to such men I lie even more.